John Reed, go ahead. John Reed, did you have a question?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
How you doing, Gardner?
Good.
Last year, you pretty much was in this same situation. You returned as a starter 4 games with 4 games to go. Does it feel the same? Is the pressure the same? I mean, what's your outlook about you in this same situation again?
Yeah. I wouldn't say there's a ton of pressure right now. I don't think anybody really expects much of a 1-12 team, but we expect a lot of ourselves. We're going to go out there, try not to let what's going on this season determine what happens these next 3 games. We're going to go try to have a lot of fun, make the most of them, and put some good stuff on tape.
And what was your reaction when you found out that he named you the starter on Monday?
I was excited, ready to go. I mean, I was already, going into the week, I was, kind of expecting it, ready to roll. Just glad to be back in the saddle.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Let's go to Mia and then Gary Smith.
Hey, Gardner, obviously you'll be going up against 2 old friends on that Ravens defensive line. In addition to what it'll be like to face Calais and Jan, what do you see from their defensive front?
Yeah, the front, they do a really good job mixing up their looks. They send pressure a lot of different ways. And they have a lot of guys that rotate in and can do some good things. They have a lot of different personnel packages. It's a very talented defense. And something we're looking forward to, playing against.
Were you able to watch any of the Monday Night Football game?
I watched it on film. I stayed up for like a quarter of it, and then I was asleep. But yeah, it definitely seemed like one worth watching.
Were you watching the fourth quarter then?
Oh no, just on film. I was asleep probably 9 o'clock, so didn't make it near that late.
Gotcha. Cool. Didn't know if you wanted to weigh in on the Lamar Jackson, what he ran into the locker room for debate. As a quarterback yourself, I since you've watched the film, didn't know if you had a perspective on that.
No, I got no clue, man. I try not to, dive in anybody else's personal business like that. I believe whatever he said,
You got it. Thanks, Gardner.
Thanks, Mia. Let's go over to Gary and then Mark Long.
Gardner, given what you just talked about, the ways that Baltimore attacks you on defense, how important is it going to be to you to possibly have Andrew back in there on Sunday?
Yeah, it's huge, Larry. Drew, we've been missing Drew a good bit, these past few weeks. Not that old Barchi hadn't done great in his place. We were very proud of what he's done. But anytime you get a guy like Andrew Norwell back in the lineup, it's a big boost for your team. I think it's huge, for our communication on the offensive line. And that's a pretty cohesive unit. I guess really no matter who's in there, but especially when you got one of your leaders and veteran guys like Andrew.
Okay, thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Gary. Let's go over to Mark Long and then John Shipley.
Was Barchi his name coming in, or did you coin that?
I think that's a Gruden. That's a Grudenism.
Okay. Hey, I don't know. How do you not think about the future? I mean, obviously the 2 guys who drafted you are gone with Dave and Tom. Doug's future's in doubt. Like, how do you not think that, okay, this team's gonna have a new quarterback in 4 or 5 months, and who knows what the future holds for me?
Yeah, that very well might happen, but that has nothing to do with us playing the Baltimore Ravens or the Chicago Bears, Indianapolis Colts. I can control what I can right now. Whenever whatever happens down the road, we'll face it as it gets here. But we're not gonna put the wagon in front of the horse right now.
Do you look at this as just trying to get some good stuff on tape or anything like that?
I look at it as going out and trying to be the best I can for my teammates who deserve a win after a long, long season.
Thanks, Gardner.
Thanks, Mark. Let's go to John Shipley and then Gene Fournette.
Hey, Gardner. Just how did it feel out there getting starter reps for the first time in 6-7 weeks, however long it was?
Yeah, not being in that huddle with the ones for, like you said, like 7 weeks, it felt like forever. But man, it felt good to be back out there, just see everybody, really just getting the flow of the game. And I'm excited to, continue to build on it.
And can you tell? I know you've kind of been off to the side, but Colin Johnson's came on, the last couple of weeks. Can you just tell a change in him from your viewpoint in practice?
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing always with Colin has just been experience. I think the more reps we get him, the better he's going to get. I think he's very talented, and he's really, still transitioning, learning how to play in the NFL, but he's learning fast, and I think that'll only get better with time.
Thanks, Gardner. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Let's go over to Gene and then JP.
Hey, Gardner, how much do you enjoy, if any, dialogue during the game regarding trash talking? Because Calais says he's kind of looking forward to it with you.
Oh, geez. No, I'm not going to talk trash to Calais, man. I know Calais. Calais is too nice of a guy. That's like, I know it's not real coming from Calais, man. Like, we're too cool. I hope. Now, Yannick's going to be out for blood, but no, man, me and Calais, I think he's going to take care of me. I hope.
No, he says it in a good-natured way, not
yeah. No, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's always fun playing against, former teammates. It's one of the cool things about the league. It makes it a lot of fun.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Gene. Let's go over to JP and then Jordan.
All right, Gardner, when the bye week came along, James Robinson was playing pretty well, but we're still like, okay, he's an undrafted rookie. Let's see how long this lasts. But now he's just proven to be a really good running back. And what has that done for the offense? What does that do for a quarterback's mentality when you have that you can rely on in the backfield?
Yeah, it's huge. I think it takes a lot of pressure off when you're not having to throw it against two high safeties every time, when you're able to have success running the ball. And even against some one high looks, still having success there, it's huge. Personally, I've really enjoyed it on my fantasy team. He's, carried me into the playoffs deep right now, so need to keep feeding him.
Now, have you gotten him to say more than a couple of words? What's he like in the locker room?
No, same guy, steady hand.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, JP. Let's go to Jordan and then we'll finish with Cassidy.
Hey, Gardner, was just curious what you saw last week from DJ Chark when you went back and looked at the film. Looked like he was running open quite a bit when he wasn't targeted.
Yeah, we gotta find ways to get DJ the ball. We gotta just get on the same page. That's some stuff we're working through this week.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jordan. All right, Cassidy, you're up.
Hey, Gardner, you talked about the front of the Ravens defense, but what about that back end with Humphreys and Peters? What do you have to watch for with them back there?
Yeah, they're very good. I think they're two very different players. I think, Peters, he's kind of a ball hawk. He's a gambler. He's going to take risks. And most of the time he's right when he does it. He's very good. He's always around the ball. And then Marlon Humphreys, he's just so gifted athletically. He's so big, so long. And physical, I think he produces, mismatches and kind of makes your guys a little uncomfortable when he's out there.
Thanks, Cassidy. Thanks, Gardner. Appreciate your time.
All right. Thanks, guys.
See you guys tomorrow.